what it is, what it do, and how the hell are all of you? With yours truly, Petra fucker, back with another motherfucker. And how is y'all on this beautiful motherfucking evening? Some coronavirus news, man. We're gonna try to keep this short, sweet, and simple. We all gonna throw in some of our own opinion in there and sprinkle that bitch in where we see fit. Now, shit. I don't even like talking about this shit, man. Fuck. So, Dr. Fauci brought up something called the immunity certification. Like, what the fuck is that? Would you like to explain what immunity certification is? You think I'm gonna walk around with something that's like an ID that says I'm immune to the coronavirus? No, I'm not doing that bullshit. I'm not playing that game. I'm just not playing that shit. I'm not doing it. Not now. Not ever. I'm not doing it. So, it's fucking irritating is really what it is. Now, I'm not stupid enough to think that things will go back to normal, because that's kind of an idiotic thought, because it's going to be pre and post really what it is, man. It's before and after. There's not going to be what it once was. And I think that's after any major fucking event. This just happens to be worldwide. As of the day, now this was this morning, but there was 103,000 dead, and there was 1.7 million infected. Now, that's definitely going to grow as more tests come out. But I also think maybe that shit'll slow, because I think a lot of people, if they think they got it, I think a lot of people think they already had it. And I think a lot of people get it. I don't know, because a lot of countries have now came basically together and said the majority of their cases, bulk parts of their cases, were asymptomatic. Like Spain was saying there could have been 15 million people infected that didn't know they were infected. Like, it's fucking insane. And mind you, the U.S. is 10 times bigger than fucking some of those places. So, just big as shit. I mean, there's a lot of reasons that it could be declining, but that's definitely a reason that there could be a lot of fucking resistant people out there. There could be a lot of recovered people, but there's also, like, the Hill reported that there are some patients that did have it, recovered, and now got it again. Now, that's got to be a fucking nightmare or a lie, one of the two, because that would suck dick. But then again, I would have to think, did you recover and then immediately go back into a place that had it? Like, I'd have to know the whole case, I guess, in order to even fucking, like, firmly believe that. Like I said, I've always said, take everything with a grain of salt, because you have to. You have to. And then, I mean, China sent hella faulty equipment, right, to many different countries. And they had to send that shit back because it was bad. Like, I think I've seen some numbers or heard some numbers. It's like 600,000, I guess you could say, like, units of fucking equipment. Now, I don't know if a unit is like a box or whatever, but that's a lot of equipment, you know what I'm saying? Like, China doesn't give a fuck. I don't think China ever gave a fuck. I don't think China will ever give a fuck. I think China wants to be the mega power, you know what I'm saying? That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's porta potties are all over in the parks, right? I'm sure y'all have them and shit. I'm gonna quick read this shit. Park satellite advisory. All city park buildings, including restrooms, facilities, are currently closed as a part of city's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. The city is continued to supply satellite toilets at some locations in the interest of public sanitation. These portable toilets are cleaned and maintained by the provider. However, they are not cleaned on a daily basis. Park users are asked to be prepared before you leave home in times of outings that you are not dependent on the portable restrooms. Man, fuck out of here. I gotta pee. That's on God. But they definitely sent some fucking hella faulty equipment out there, and that's definitely been reported. They definitely had the ship turned around from the Minnesota back. Not Minnesota, but from the United States back. I don't know why I said Minnesota. Either way, they had the fucking ship rerouted back to China because they needed the equipment. Now, that isn't some fuckery. I don't know what it is, man. Fucking plane messing me up. Kind of a dope plane though. They could have got a dope flying. nobody on that bitch. Man, and then during this whole fucking fiasco, man. This fiasco of a lockdown, a pandemic, stay-at-home order, whatever you want to call it, man. It's a fucking fiasco. There have been arrests, like, of all different sorts. Like, there was a man that was paddleboarding, got arrested. There was a video of this man running in California. He was just jogging by the ocean, and fucking this cop started chasing. This man took off full speed, got away. Bow. But still, like, oh, they got a raptor out this bitch. Man, they got helicopters. What y'all doing, man? What y'all doing, man? Yo, that shit's weird as hell, though. They low. They got everybody's attention. They're wild, man. A couple pastors were arrested. One in fucking Florida, one in Louisiana. His name was, the one I know was Louisiana. I think it was Louisiana. Yeah, Louisiana. His name was Tony Spell. This man, they didn't put like $100,000 worth of equipment into the church. You know, like hand sanitizer equipment, face masks, all this. They social distance, all this shit, man. Pastors were arrested, charged with misdemeanor crimes and shit, and it's just nuts, man. The paddleboarder was arrested. And then there was a couple different families that had bar mitzvahs. I think the parents were arrested, if I remember the articles correctly. But, I mean, they had like 50, 60 people at their houses. And I guess enough complaints went in, the police went in and had people arrested. It was nuts, man. And then, I guess one of the saddest aspects of the whole thing is, man, Hart Island, man. They're going to have, you'll be buried there if you die in New York. If nobody claims your body for 2 weeks, you're going to be going to Hart Island. That's where you'll be buried. And from some of the pictures that you can see that the Hill posted, them coffins is 3 high and 10 long, you know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers is big-ass trenches. And then another fucking scary, I guess, story you could say, Rikers Island wanted to have what was it? Rikers Island wanted to pay $6 to the inmates plus full gear to bury, or no, not to bury, but to dig these trenches. That's fucking nuts. Another scary ass statistic. 1 million bodies are buried on that island. That's fucking crazy. That's, I guess, where bodies that aren't claimed go. But I guess I've never thought about a potter's field. That's what my family's always called it, is potter's field. That's what we've always called it. But that's never really thought about it. It's just nuts. And then then crime rates have risen too. In New York, they would say serious crimes haven't risen, but like lesser crimes have. It's almost like, I don't know if it's like murder hasn't or something like that, but definitely lesser crimes like burglary, car theft, those things, they've definitely risen, and that's nuts that those fucking things have risen. At the end of the day, what did you think was going to happen when, like, Philly and all these other states putting these fucking orders that they're going to basically not arrest you for this, and this, and this? Those crimes are going to skyrocket. Just like in California when they made it, you could basically go steal from any store you want as long as you don't go a certain amount of number. The police, certain amount of money, you don't go over that amount of money stolen, they wouldn't call the cops. So these stores, there's many, many, many reports of these stores speaking on that they've been robbed multiple times, stole from multiple times, and there's nothing's gonna happen. So that's just crazy as fuck. But I mean, it's the Rona, man. Shit is nuts. Definitely think everybody should check out Steven Crowder exposing the Who. That episode. It's in his Crowder bits, I believe, but it's only like 14 minutes long. He's just gonna be. He goes straight after the Who, man. The World Health Organization, they really done screwed the pooch with this one, and I think they know they screwed the pooch, and there's nothing they can do to fix it. And I think China knows that China screwed the pooch, and I don't think China gives a fuck or ever gave a fuck. And that's my personal opinion. And on that note, my motherfuckers, it has been a blessing. Y'all stay safe. I'm out.